And here she sits. As the title states, the car has been tuned, kind of. Wasn't finished. It's kind of been a nightmare getting this car tuned and the whole tuning process. Almost to the point of regretting even doing it. Like, I should have just kept ripping it around untuned, because honestly I didn't care, but thought I'd give it a try. I know it's the right thing to do. Whatever. Yeah, so I got the car back. So I'll give you kind of an update of what's been going on with it, since for those of you following, obviously you can see that I haven't been posting much about it. The last video we did, I think, was just like the max peating rod coilover install. Let's see, then I think the week after that I took it to the tuner on a Tuesday. I work Wednesday through Saturday, so I wasn't actually there to video any of the dyno sessions. Kind of disappointed. I just wanted to hear it rip, get some video for you guys, but that wasn't quite the case. He had to shuffle some cars around and just kind of get the car on the dyno and tune when he could. So moving forward, yes, my boy. Let's see. I don't know how much time the car spent on the dyno, but he spent some time on it, and then he kicked it off the dyno because it leaked some fluids. He thought it was tranny fluid, so he just kicked it off, charged me for the dyno lease, which was not mentioned beforehand and very frustrating, and pretty much just went and picked up the car. So he gave me a small list of things he wanted fixed, and I don't have a huge update for you, so I'm just going over everything that, you know, has gone on in the past week and a half. So first thing, these this is normally a 5-lug. You Mustang guys should know that. I bought adapters so I could put these wheels on. The adapters came with 5 lug nuts, so I didn't have 6 on there. He was really not happy about it, so I had to go out and find a 6th lug nut for all the wheels. Okay, took care of that. He didn't really like this manual boost controller. He's like, I've never had any good luck with those ever, which is very odd to me because it's a very simple unit, but whatever. He wanted me to put a zip tie on here. Okay. He wanted this flipped facing down. He didn't like it facing up. Okay, whatever. When I got the car back, I investigated the fluid leak. He was very adamant that it was like power steering or tranny fluid, because they both use ATF apparently. This is a manual car. I don't know, that's a weird Ford thing to me, but I looked it over, and I had replaced the thermostat because it was stuck open, which I think I have a picture I'll just put in here real quick. Replaced the thermostat with a cooler one, and I used coolant that was readily available for me, which is Toyota stuff, Toyota Red. So guess what my fluid leak was? Why you gotta be so noisy, boy? It was piss dribble out of here. So he kicked the car off the dyno. Supposedly he was really close to being finished. He kicked the car off the dyno for a little bit of piss dribble of coolant. So that was cool. Yeah. So I did a little just quick relocation to here with a little bit bigger bottle. Obviously that little White Claw can doesn't hold a whole lot, especially being like laid over, but yes. So I fixed a bunch of little things, I just made minor adjustments. when I picked up the car, you know, I asked him how the dyno session's been going. Said it's been going smooth. I asked, like, what kind of power has it put down? And he said, well, I haven't taken it to redline. Okay, what kind of power has it put down? Well, you're in the 200s. Okay, I mean, I don't even think I need to ask again, because you're not going to answer, right? Kind of annoying. The other really oddball thing is, I mentioned the whole coilover install in the beginning of the video, because when I got the car back and, you know, did all these minor fixes or repairs, I did like a whole once over of the car, just make sure everything's tight, nut and bolt check, right? The spring on this side in the rear was completely missing. Completely missing. Picture here. I called and asked my tuner if he's seen a random spring laying around. Hasn't seen anything. Wonderful. Because I know he's not going to put the car back on the dyno without the spring being put back in there, or a spring in there. So that was really frustrating. In preparation of trying to get back on the dyno, I just put the Raceland rears back in, and that following Tuesday, which is like our only mutual day that we can, you know, drop the car off, he couldn't take it. So okay, whatever. I did notice why I was getting such a terrible ride quality though. When I was putting the Racelands back in, I noticed that the shock bodies are just, they're like too long. So when the car is sitting as it is, it's literally just on the rear shock bump stops. Yeah, and I think I took a picture. You could see like the dust boot, the imprint of the bump stop in the top of the dust boot. And I mean, the reason the spring is gone is the rear shocks have so much droop that the springs just fall out. So at some point the car had, like, you know, like you go up a driveway and tilt a certain way, it unloads the rear, spring just fell out. Very frustrating. So I actually got a hold of Max Peating Rods. They're sending out a new set of springs and actually shorter shocks for this, because as it sits right now, it's on bump stops in the rear, and driving it like through an intersection, pretty terrible. But very appreciative to Max Peating Rods for being willing to do that. Yeah, let me just show you real quick. Like, I'm gonna try and set the phone up so I can show you like how stiff this is. Let's see if I can do this here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Alright, I know this is a very terrible angle, but just for reference. Like, bump stops. It's pretty friggin' stiff. It's no joke. Yeah, so I'm trying to get some, you know, dyno numbers or some, you know, footage of ripping the car around for you guys. I am, but I just can't get the friggin' car back to the tuner. So I thought I'd just kind of update you guys, for those who actually care and are following the Mustang build. Thank you. Just want to give an update. So there it is, waiting to go back to the tuner to finish up and get some numbers. So hopefully the next the next Mustang video will be a good update. So Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.